Welcome to Dancing with Time, hosted by Beth Amine and me, Patti Teel. This podcast is all about self-care, inspiring and supporting each other to live our essential nature, which is timeless. I'm not young, I'm not old, I just am. Join us for conversation, movement, and meditation. Let's get started.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome again to our next episode of Dancing with Time. Here's my dear friend Patti Teel. I'm
Hi,
Beth
everybody.
Amine. Yes, hello. And we discuss topics every week that revolve around self-care, the ultimate of self-care, which is self-love, and just how to stay really focused in that joyous internal space that lives within us, regardless of all the massively shifting and kind of nutty external circumstances. So, Patti, how are you doing over there? Good in Florida. I'm in California.
I'm doing great, Beth. It's so good to see you. You had a birthday and you traveled out of the country, so
I
you have a
did.
glow to you.
I have a glow. I went to Puerto Rico, which was absolutely wonderful for a friend's wedding. So anyway, so that was good. And actually, it's interesting. A lot of little magical things happen. And I don't know if that's because you're on vacation, so you're not as linear in your life. But we thought today that we would actually explore a little bit about finding magic in your everyday, and actually noticing magic is kind of more like it than finding it, because it happens everywhere. And it ties into this theme that Patti and I've been really looking at lately, which is how do you maintain that connection to the wonder of life, given our busy lives and everything that we have to deal with that's constantly shifting. Right, Patti, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it's so true. And I think you were just so spot on when you said it's really about noticing the magic. Because, of course, it is all around us, all the kismet and the synchronicity, the signs that we get. But we can be in a zone where we're not noticing all of that. And when you decide you want to notice little signs, you will.
Yeah. And even just stopping throughout the day when you see like some bees on a flower, or the lighting, it's just like the lighting on the mountains or anywhere. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, this is kind of mystical. We're flying through space, and there's these moments of beauty that you can stop and notice. Uh, Speaking of that wedding I went to in Puerto Rico, I did have like a number of crazy synchronicities, but I'll share one that, because we're talking about it.
Right.
The wedding was at this beautiful destination, and there was a lot of, it was, they were young. They're much younger than I am. Most everyone was in their 30s, and in the pool was the groom's sister, a bunch of friends from San Diego and Santa Barbara who had flown there, and they're all around that age group. And the groom's sister was talking about her thesis, which is on Moby Dick, and that how important that is to her, and Herman Melville and the novel, and that she was saying to this group that was in the pool how when she came, they live in New York. The couple was originally from New York. They're in Santa Barbara. When she came to Santa Barbara and she saw this painted whale of Moby Dick, and she said she knew it's so important to her, and she knew then that it was okay for her brother and his new bride to be living in Santa Barbara and away from the East Coast, because if there was, that connection of this whole literary thing that was so important to her life, then it must be a sign that it's good. And just, I had the urge like a minute before to walk to the beach, so I had to pass the pool. So this group of young people were in the pool, and they went up to me and said, "Beth, did you paint that whale on the wharf?" I said, "Yeah, I painted that whale." And everyone went, "Oh my God, what's happening here?"
What's happening? So synchronicities.
I know, it's just like at that minute,
what are
it was so
the
random.
mathematical odds that would ever happen? There's
Exactly.
just one in I don't know how many million. It's just phenomenal. That's a
odds?
great story.
Yeah, so
My
that just happened. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
What?
Well, I was going to say my friend Jane,
Yeah.
she is just famous within our little group of friends for having those kind of synchronicities everywhere she goes. She'll meet
Wow.
people that she knew from somewhere else, but just like crazy coincidences. She happened to see a painting in a window, um, and she was just very drawn to it. And when she went in, she couldn't believe it. It was like her old high school friend's painting. And then she called her and reconnected with her. Just that kind of thing happens all the time to her. So I
Wow.
think it is partly, though, that she must be really in tune to herself to stop and go in and check out the painting. Just, she
Oh.
was drawn. But
Right. Like I was drawn
mm-hmm,
to walk at the
right.
ocean at midnight
Yeah.
and past them. So follow, I
Mm-hmm.
guess that's a clue then for synchronicities is to follow your impulses then, right? Don't
Mm-hmm.
edit them out a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the time. Does it happen? Do you have synchronicities, Patty?
Well, I think everybody has them,
Yeah.
but I think it's about being in the space to notice them and have them come to your attention. That's more uh, that I can miss them. Sometimes I
Yeah.
laugh at myself. I miss the most obvious things. And it's like,
Mm.
oh my gosh, it was right there. So a lot of it is about being in the space to notice them.
But yeah, so that I think that's one kind of magic is synchronicities that happen. But as I was saying, I think there's a lot more magic. And yeah, do you think you train yourself? Like I'm just looking out my window. I mean, I was just staring out my window now at this light, the trees. I'm on a second floor and there's a lot of trees and they're kind of swaying to the wind and the wind, and there's some sparkles on the leaves as the light moves, and I'm just going like, wow, that's pretty magical. And I just because I'm like past my laptop right there. I think
Mm-hmm.
there's lots of magical visual moments that happen just that we probably miss. I'm working so hard right now to notice my mind and
So
to
funny because
stop
it's like
it,
I'm working so hard to not work hard.
to not work. I'm working so hard, yes, that I
To
don't
just relax and be in the moment. So much work.
so much work because my mind, it's like I have to go like,
Yeah.
mind,
It's
give
just
me
having
a
to
break.
remind
Don't
yourself
do it.
again.
Yeah, stop
Yeah.
it. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need to think that thing 100 more times. So then I guess that magic is the practice of being in the moment when you come down to it, right?
Absolutely. I think so.
God, that's
Mm-hmm.
it. Like
Mm-hmm.
right now, there's just, okay, a squirrel. I don't know if we have squirrel. Yeah, we have squirrel. He's just like on that same tree that I was looking at, and he's doing a whole dance and stuff. And I never noticed the squirrel, but
Right. And then, of course, you can ask for signs. If you have a big
oh,
decision to make,
oh,
definitely you can
gosh.
say, I need a sign to help me through this or to get some guidance on where I'm going. Where those signs come from, they do appear, but where they come from, who sends them, I don't know, but they're
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
it's magic. It's the
Yeah,
magic of life
right.
that, everything's in a correct. Yeah.
When I was making my children's recordings, it was such a creative space. And I just had synchronicities happening to me all the time. Whether it was my higher self, whether it was angels, I don't know, but it was really a precious space to be in. Um, Sometimes I'm not in that space because I'm just kind of in a hectic vibe. Where did I put my phone? Blah, 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 blah. And but when you allow yourself the time and space to be uh, ready to receive those and notice those signs, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. I remember when you were doing your meditations and had got an offer from Disney, didn't you? Something like that.
Hmm.
And you
Oh
went to the
yeah,
beach and you thought like, which direction should I go
yeah.
in? And then like at your feet was a Disney toy in the
I
sand.
know
Remember, wasn't it like that?
exactly. Yeah, I still have that Mickey. I was like, there was no child around for it. It was just a sign I felt. But
Yeah.
a lot of them. And then too, I was trying to think of a character for a recording I did for kids, and this owl almost hit my car. I was just driving in Montecito, and I just like. In fact, I got out of my car like, did I hit that owl? That was just so bizarre. I didn't find any dead owls, so I don't know what it was. It was definitely an owl, and the owl became a character in the story. So
Oh
I think
yeah.
it was a sign. Glad I didn't hurt the owl to get the sign, but
Thankfully,
yeah,
thankfully.
but they're
Gosh.
they're all I think they're all around us because I
Yeah.
had asked for that sign.
Ah,
both of those I had asked for some guidance, like what to
that's
do.
true. Guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another form of it, magic that can
Mm-hmm.
happen every day. And so
Yeah.
that again is being in the now moment, taking the time to connect. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of this that we're talking about with magic is just following impulses, being out. That's why I said about my mind taking
Mm-hmm.
over so much, where you're actually out of your mind,
Yeah.
or you
Yeah.
give a little bit of a break every day to just.
Yeah. It was just, I know. But as you said, you have to be in that frame of mind, I think, to pay attention to them and notice. I've worked part-time doing disaster recovery out here in Florida, and
Mhm.
there's been some people haven't been able to find help for. I don't, just going to different organizations. And then like three times the Red Cross came up yesterday. Somebody talking about the Red Cross, just three times. And I think I better check in with Red Cross to see if they have funds available for these people. So I haven't found out yet, but if they do and I'm able to help people, I will definitely give thanks to those signs for pointing me in that direction.
Yeah, well, I think that it reminds us that we really are in a reality that is not just three-dimensional. We do live in a very dimensional universe where there's lots of interconnections. And I think that's also part of dancing with time. It's
Hmm.
also part of dancing with time, Patty, isn't it? That we are not always in linear time, but we're dancing with the possibilities that are surrounding us in the now moment,
Hmm.
um and we're looking at that interconnections happen naturally if we're aware of them. So that does fit in with our theme of dancing with
Yeah,
time.
and then, I've heard people say, and this is probably true, that if we're not in the right space and we're rushing around and we're not noticing things and we're missing out, that you can get a bump from the universe that's not so pleasant as well.
Oh,
Like,
directional information.
or
Well,
like
that is true.
you sprain your ankle or something, like
Slow
you need to
down.
slow down. There's things like that that I think happen because we're rushing around. So, um,
You're absolutely right. And
mhm,
and they say, a lot of conditions come from that, what they call it, stress related or whatever, from
mhm,
not listening to your body signs, which are the
right.
body signs are essentially the signs from your inner world. The body
Hmm.
just translates them in order to make you see something. At least that's what I've noticed in my own life.
Hmm.
And so, like that slow down one is a big one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a big one that happens when we get
Right.
sick
Because
and
you're a
all
little
that.
mighty mouse and you can really get going too. But we all can,
Yeah.
just get going so many directions.
Yeah, that's so wow. Okay, that's all. Wow, we tied up a bunch of loose ends there. Do you have any other little things or suggestions? Should we all try to um like spend a couple of minutes every hour, every few hours, just like checking in with what's around us? And or maybe once a day ask for connection. Well, I guess meditation, duh, you're the meditation expert. Meditation does that too, right?
It does. It does. Meditation can take you almost to another, I want to say, dimension in a way. You feel like it's very similar to hypnosis, where you're just
Hmm.
using different brain waves. But I think anytime driving, whatever you're doing, just being more in the moment, you're going to have thoughts that come to you, things that happen, um, that can show us the way.
Yeah, quiet. So therefore, taking time for quiet is
Hmm.
essential for feeling good
Yeah.
and
And
for
as I'm
dancing with
looking
time.
around my house, you can see I'm blurred because it's too messy to have shown.
Thank
But yours looks very pretty, by the way. But
you.
I think I need to unclutter a lot because that just
Mm,
clutters your mind too. It clutters your thoughts, and then you just feel
yeah.
kind of more centered.
Yeah, that's very true. It's clutter that keeps us from seeing the magic or feeling the magic.
It is, whether it's
Cluttered
clutter in
mind.
your thoughts, clutter in your minds, visual
Yeah.
clutter that's around you. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, declutter to make magic. I like that.
Yeah, I do. I do.
That's really good.
Good job.
Is there anything else we'd like to say before we move into our
Well, just that
magical?
we just welcome anybody to give us their ideas and thoughts
Yeah,
because eventually we want to grow this where a lot of people listen and share their thoughts, and we're a sisterhood all dancing with time. So
that is
please share your
absolutely
thoughts.
true.
Yeah.
Yes. We'd love to hear your magical moments and to have you can just message us here on the YouTube channel at Dancing with Time exclamation point.
Yeah.
And we'll get all your messages. And then tell your
Mm-hmm.
friends to join in too, of course, and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a subscribe button somewhere, right, Patty? I think, well, it's on the, oh, on,
Well, it
well,
should be there, but we'll see.
we'll have to
Uh,
make that magic happen. But we, for
yeah.
sure, on the YouTube site, Dancing
Mm-hmm.
with Time exclamation
I
point.
mean, you can subscribe without this, just on the site for sure, but
Right,
we
yeah.
should have it up on the video.
Yeah,
I don't know
we'll
if it's
figure
there or
that out.
not.
We did it one
Yeah.
time. We did it one
Mm-hmm.
time. So as you know, through all our courses that we take, in fact, I do want to say that I'm extremely excited that I'm working with an enormously wonderful team that are creating a membership site called Dancing with Time. It should be up and ready within the next two podcasts that we do. And there you're going to have everything that you need to live in that eternal part of us, which flows with life and flows with time. And we'll have dance classes. I'll have my workshops. Patty will have her meditations, and there'll be so much to access, group chats, to really keep a supportive space for
Oh, yeah.
everyone to continue in the dance, which is the flow of life rather than
Mm-hmm.
the
And we work with
congestion.
a wonderful lady named Wendy Garrido,
Yeah,
and we just both love her. She could be our daughter age-wise, and
yeah,
she's so creative. And I've even told her this, that her talent, she has many talents, but the one that I really notice is she's like God-given counselor. She just can
she really
talk
is
to
great.
anybody and figure out what's blocking them and what steps they can make to be a huge success.
In
So she's
business, yeah.
amazing.
She
Mm-hmm.
is amazing. More, yeah, she can do it. She's brilliant, really, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
she is the one that will be hosting the whole membership site. So you're going to enjoy also seeing her videos. They're very
Yeah.
edgy and fascinating and
And
fun,
authentic. And one of her
and
big messages is,
yeah,
to be authentic, be your true self.
really who you
Mm-hmm.
are, like
Mm-hmm.
completely and totally without reservation who you are.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and we'll link up, we'll have her link too. I think you might really
Mm-hmm.
be interested in checking all
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that she does. So, anyway, so I was saying, with all our workshops and everything that Patty and I do, we always do a movement segment and a meditation segment because we feel that those are the bookends of awareness.
Right.
One is to move the body, and the other one is to quiet the mind. So, we have those segments in our podcast. If you're listening only audibly, you can, of course, get the meditation, and I will speak through the movement, but you can just essentially breathe and follow me without the imagery, of course, which you'll see on the YouTube channel. So,
Right. And they will be
yeah,
posted separately too. So if you
okay.
only have 10 minutes and you want to just do the movement, you can do that, or the movement and the meditation and not listen to our conversation. Although we'd like you to do that too.
Like
But
you do it too.
either way,
Where will they be posted? Where are we posting them, Patty?
also on a different, on the same YouTube channel,
Same.
just
Oh,
be a
that's right.
different
Same
playlist.
YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So you
Yeah.
could listen to the meditation, the movement, or the
Entire thing. Mm-hmm.
entire thing, conversation too. So good. All right. So I guess it's time for our magical movement and our magical meditation. So I'm gonna just move my chair around. I'm gonna stop the recording for a brief little moment while I move the chair and just stand up, and then we're going to do our um movement. Yay. Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. I'm back. We are back for our movement segment of Making Magic. And since we discussed so much about being in the moment and nurturing, watching for magic, let's just flow with this. I've got a little bit of music on for you. And as always, we're just going to start with breathing, which focuses us in the moment. And then we'll just get our groovy little moves on. So here we go. I want you to always start out with posture. That is putting your tummy all nice and tucked in, your chest lifted, your shoulders back and down. And we just shift gently from one foot to the next with our weight. And even if you're just listening to the audio, you can do this. My hands are out to my side, and I'm gently shifting from one foot to the other. Now my arms are a little bit more lifted, and I'm shifting my weight from one side to the other, just to get a feel of my body. You can always check it out on YouTube if you want to just see the movement segment. Good. Now let's begin with being aware of our breath. So I'm lifting my hands, breathing in, and I'm pressing the air out as I shift my weight. I'm breathing in and exhaling out. If you want to do that giant, you can do that giant, breathing in and exhaling out. Right now, I'm just doing it to the side, breathing in and exhaling out. Now I want to do one arm. Extend one and allow my body to lean into my weight and circle the opposite arm in front of my body. Breathing in and out and in. Other side. Yeah, let's feel that magic. You know, putting on your favorite song is also a way to feel magic. Now here we are, we're going to twist gently and touch our toes. Boom. Just very gentle right now, just to get in the flow. In fact, let's just get in the flow. Do a little stationary walk, touching our toe, lifting our hand as our toe touches, breathing in and breathing out. Now both hands. And both and back. Just little movements that get us into the flow. Now we're going to lift our knees a little bit more, kind of walk in place with the turn of the upper body. Yeah. Hey, do you see any magic out there? I'm looking at it. Wow. Yeah, everything's magical right around here. I see it. And now a bit of more of a rotation with the arms as you move your upper body. Good. And a gentle sway from one side to the other, allowing your head to relax. And that's kind of got us in the little airy groove. And let's do our next song. We're going to have a little bit more rhythm. And so, here we go. And this gets you in the groove. That got us in the flow, and this gets us in the groove. Here we go. Bending the knees gently, lifting one foot and then the other. Swinging the arms, lifting your knees just a little bit more. That's too fast for you, slow it down. And you know me, my training, basic training is in belly dancing, so I always like having those hips moving. And it's kind of a Latin beat, so I'm just extending my hip from one side to the other. Letting my arms go. Take a little walk with that. Too fast, a little slower. A little bounce. Shoulders. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Step, touch, step, point, step, touch, step, point, step, touch, step. Are you in the groove? Step, touch, step, point. Here we go. Step, touch, arms out, arms in. And now, too fast. Slow it down. Just feels good to move, doesn't it? Arms are going everywhere. Pulling into the body and moving out. That's too fast or too big. Slow it down. But I'm feeling it. Take it around. Yeah. And let's take a nice couple deep breaths. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Shake it all out. Wiggle it all out. Yippee! I think we made just a little bit of magic. And get ready now. Settle back in your chair and we will have Patti's beautiful meditation on synchronicities, the moment, and noticing all the wonders around you. So, here she comes.
Today's meditation is about the magic of synchronicity. There are synchronicities all around us, but sometimes we miss them. It's so easy to take our amazing world and its magic for granted, or to miss the magic completely. This meditation is to help you connect with a deeper dimension where events and thoughts are linked. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position with your palms facing upward. Close your eyes. Relax every part of your body, from your toes to the top of your head. Allow your lips to part slightly and become aware of your breath. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Soft, slow inhalations and soft, slow exhalations. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now, inhale light, love, and joy, and exhale tension, worry, and fear. Inhale light, love, and joy, and exhale tension, worry, and fear. Continue for a few minutes on your own. Become aware of the energy in your body. Feel how it expands beyond you. It's our frequency, our energy, that attunes us to the universe. It's crisscrossing with other universal energy like a giant moving gold and silver web. It's connecting you to deeper dimensions where events and thoughts are interlinked. If you've been missing the synchronicities, or what I sometimes call the magic in life, I can guarantee that they are still there, just waiting for you to take notice. Do you have a question for the universe? Or would you like a confirmation that you're on the right path? Ask for a sign, a synchronicity from the universe that is just for you. Take a few minutes to ask your question to the universe. As you go through your day, be on the lookout for signs that can lead you toward an innovative idea or solution, or to serve as a gentle wink, confirming you're on the right path. When you feel complete, gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms if you'd like to. Then slowly open your eyes halfway with a soft gaze. When you feel ready, return completely to the present time and space.